It is the 3rd of March and here we go with today's ology video, as we'll be talking about psychology today, another of the social sciences. And it's specifically psychology is the study of the human mind and the functions, especially its effects in behaviour in certain circumstances and contexts. And it's the mental characteristics and attitude to a person or group, and the mental factors giving a situation let me start that bit again. The mental factors governing a situation or activity. Now, originates from the late 17th century and is 1600s, and is a modern Latin word derived from the modern Latin word of psychologia, and psycho in ology. And it's psycho kind of related to the mind and all. It's a scientific study of mind and behaviour that includes a multifaceted discipline and includes subfields of an area like human development, sport, health, clinical, social behaviour and cognitive processes. And it's as far as we're aware, it's kind of a new science that kind of started in advance 150 years or so ago, but it kind of has roots to 400 to 500 BC in ancient Greece, although it was more philosophical back then. It's with people like Socrates, Plato, and later Aristotle. And it's now it's philosophers and all discuss and study what is more modern, like memory, free will, attraction, that kind of thing. And it's in the early days there were two dominant theoretical perspectives. And heads up to a psychologist named William James, who lived from 1842 to 1910, who developed an approach which came to be known as functionalism. And it's as he argued that the mind is consistently changing, and is pointless to look for the building blocks of experience, as things do change. And sometimes, like I said, sometimes the focus should be on how or why an organisation does something. And it's as it suggested that psychologists look at the underlying cause of specific behaviours and the mental processes involved in that behaviour. And it's the emphasis on this on the cause and consequence of behaviour has influenced contemporary psychologists like those today. And there's also structuralism, which was the name given to an approach pioneered by Wilhelm Wundt. I think I said that right, Wilhelm Wundt. WNDT. The term did originally come from someone called Edward Tincture, an American psychologist who had been trained by Wundt. And structuralism is trained into introspection, a research method where subjects can be related to what was going on in their minds when performing some tasks, like a certain task. It can be proved to be an unreliable method because there was like variation, too much individual variation, and for an experience to happen in reports of research subjects. And it's like in law we have a special term for it. It's called the subjective approach, where we look at what the parties intended to happen, while the objective is like look at the words and what did those words mean, kind of thing. No, but despite the feeling of introspection, of structuralism, Wundt is an important figure in the history of psychology, as he was like the first to open laboratory did psychology in like 1879, and is thought to be the beginning of like modern psychology. And it's like he's also more important as he kind of distinguished and separated psychology and philosophy by analysing like the workings of the mind using more objective and standardised procedures. So yeah, because psychology is a science, it attempts to investigate the causes of behaviour using a systematic and objective procedures for observation, measurements and analysis, backed up by like theoretical interpretations, generalizations, explanations and procedures. And it's like in the broad scope, psychology investigates an enormous range of phenomena like learning and memory, sensation and perception, motivation and emotions, thinking and language, personality and social behaviour, intelligence, child development, mental illness and like many other areas, kind of thing. So yeah, it's like if you want to study psychology, go for it. It's like, as I know someone else who studied psychology at university level. I haven't spoken to him in a while, but as I've been kind of focused on my own studies, and it's like they were in there last year. Don't really want to take away. So yeah, that's about where I'm gonna end today's Logi video. So yeah, I'll see you all very soon. So yeah, bye for now.